Namaste. Welcome to our brand new series of monthly workshops. The theme for the whole year is living a full 200% life, 100% spiritual, 100% material. Well, how the heck are you going to do that? You can only have 100% of anything. The idea is that basically are kind of dual in nature. We seem to be, and there's a way to bring those two seemingly opposite things together, again, through the practice of yoga. So we're going to be doing some practical things here with affirmations and denials. We're going to do some chanting here, working with some archetypes. Things that I hope you can use immediately for both ends of the life there, the spiritual and the material. From any type of spiritual tradition, of course, says that if you get the spiritual on the inside right to begin with, everything else on the outside part of your life is going to fall into place. But it's nice to know there are things you can do to deal with the material world that it's a spiritual type of approach that will affect the material world. And there are things that you can do to help yourself feel better immediately. Remember, what you set up today is going to manifest tomorrow. So there's a real payoff for learning how to keep yourself focused and positive from one moment to the next, even when you're asleep, from one day to the next there. So if you look at your handouts here, we're going to look at the first thing that has a chant on it, and we'll be doing this chant in a moment. All right, and the chant is Saravana Bhava, or Saravana Bhava, or Saravana Bhavaya. All right, and you may or may not know this about Sanskrit, but it isn't just a matter of the letters forming words. Each letter has its own resonance, even an archetype in some cases, and in this case each syllable of the chant is going to mean something different. So let's look at this handout a little bit here. All right, this ancient and powerful Sanskrit chant evokes the archetype Maruga. So grab your little Maruga archetype picture there and take a look at that. Kind of keep that in mind. The archetype Maruga. And it should be M-U-R-U-G-A, by the way. All right, M-U-R-U-G-A. The archetype Maruga, a male spiritual warrior archetype typically depicted as riding a peacock, carrying a flag with a rooster symbolizing victory, and whose weapon is the sacred veil, a spear with a large pointed spearhead to cut through negativity of all kinds in all areas of your life. So look at that veil that guy's got there. You can get these. All right, that is a smaller version of that. I'll pass it around in a moment. You can get that from Astraved. All right. And I'll pass that around. You can see what that's like. All right, so he's carrying a veil, a spear with a large pointed spearhead. It cuts through negativity of all kinds in all areas of your life. Saravana Bhava helps to shift you from lower level physical consciousness to the higher level spiritual consciousness level of infinite light, life, and love, and possibilities to improve your life in every single way. So don't be shy about asking for material blessings. This archetype's energy and spirit is always with us, protecting us, guiding us, and when focused on and invoked through constant chanting, immediately cuts through negativity for us so we may easily and naturally access higher levels of awareness, always there, ready and willing when called upon to help and support you in miraculous ways as you go forward on your own spiritual path. So it'll be highly individualized how this is going to affect you. All right, higher level positive energies are amplified as you use this mantra. It elevates your consciousness and keeps it elevated from one day to the next so you can build on it and use it to create a far more fulfilling and healthy and abundant life. So here's what the different syllables mean. Sa, S-A. It attracts synchronicitous events, perfect timing, things fall into place miraculously, the right people come to your door out of nowhere to offer help, opportunities, ideas, inspiration, and on occasion, I've had it happen, material or even financial support. All right? In this case, you can go down to Ra, R-A, which attracts material wealth that you may be desiring. So it really kind of splits up your life into different areas here. Va, V-A, V as in Victor, gets rid of competition, disease, aging, dying consciousness, and debts of all kinds, money, and karmic. All right, Na,  dissuades enemies, completely stops problems before they even arise. Ba, B as in ball, B-A, ba, conveys a magnetic spiritual attraction through charm and charisma so that you can get along with people without doing too much for them, people pleasing or manipulation. And the last one is a kind of what's called a soft V, or kind of a wa, VW, wa, or wa. Stops negativity altogether along with negative planetary influences. So you're really covering all your bases here. All right. So you can either work with the picture with you or really memorize it, visualize the Maruga archetype. You may not understand it at an intellectual level, but at your soul level, your consciousness is going to understand and shift towards increased positive perfect health, wealth, and all the blessings of higher awareness focus. All right, and working a little bit with science of mind stuff here today. Ernest Holmes, this is not Scientology, it's science of mind. As you believe, you receive. So what you're going to set up in your conscious awareness, what you focus on, is going to expand and manifest. So there's a real, again, payoff for learning how to keep your focus where you prefer it to be. The problem with monkey mind is it has its own logic, but it's fear-based logic, all right? So it's going to press all your buttons. You will capitulate to it in a way you wouldn't if you were in a more balanced state of awareness because you're not thinking clearly at that point. So what we're trying to do here is to get you past a terrified submission to a terrified ego. Get you past fear-based awareness. It's like stretching a spiritual muscle. You learn to tolerate more sort of the unknown. That's where your freedom lies, is in the unknown. So it's getting you to be a little braver maybe, to consider things a little more outside of the box, that type of thing. So we're going to be doing some chanting here. We're going to tune up the nervous system a little bit over here. So if you want to turn over your Saravana-bhavaya, all right, or Saravana-bhavaya, why don't you copy this down, all right, as we've got it here. We're going to be chanting, obviously, from the root up to the brain. I don't care how you write it down, all right? I'll show you how to use this in a moment. You always start anything with something like a nice broad chant. We're going to be starting with the Ganesha chant, the remover of obstacles, that archetype there. Om, Shreem, Gung. We'll be starting with that always, or something, or Om Shreem Mahalakshmiye Namaha, something that really tones up the nervous system, puts you in kind of a nice surrendering mode. Remember, surrender from our last workshop is always a gentle willingness to yield and to receive. It is not capitulation, so it's an opening up to receive. A lot of times your manifestations don't come to fruition because you're not willing to let them happen. You really need them on some level, but, and we'll talk about that with the denials there, you may have something going on in the subconscious that's scared to death for this thing to happen in your life for some reason. So we'll start with Ganesha. We'll invoke the part of our consciousness that always loves to do new things, that totally doesn't care about the petty little concerns of monkey mind, is totally not even aware of that part of us, again, that's in terrified submission to a terrified ego. It doesn't even compute. Its energy level so low it doesn't even compute. All right, so you've got the third eye, eyebrow, Om, heart, Ma, navel, U, root chakra, Ah, brain, eyes, Ya, and then we're going backwards here, throat, mouth, Va, heart is Shi, navel, Ma, and root is Na. But we're going to go up this way. And this, as you notice here, is kind of an extended version until we get to the eyebrow chakra where it'll be an actual Om. An actual Om. All right. It doesn't really matter which note you chant this on. They actually do have notes. I wouldn't worry about it. Don't worry if you can't sing, as long as you can hold the tone, because it goes up through, there are actually 84 nerve endings in your palate, and they're all connected to that eyebrow chakra, or that third eye chakra, or the Agna chakra. And that's what puts you in a meditative state. All right, so we will be chanting first, Om Shreem Gung. And then we'll be chanting. I'll have you focus on the root chakra. We'll do Ah, navel chakra, U, heart, Ma, Third eyebrow, Om, we'll do that a couple of times. Then we'll move over here. Root chakra, this time is not, these are the two chakras that are connected to the material world. We're getting them nice and opened up for you. And these, the Shi rather, is fire. And these are the upper chakras here, Va, Ya. And you'll notice, of course, it says Nava, Shiva, Ya. And of course, if you mix this up another way, of course, it's Shiva or Om Namah Shivaya, that kind of thing. All right, so don't worry about the tone, don't worry about the note, don't worry about volume. Have some fun with it. If you want to sing this in the shower in the morning and tune your nervous system up, you know, that's great. And then we'll go on to Sarvana Bhava or Sarvana Bhavaya. All right. Okay. So let's start with the first one there. Om Shrim Gung. This is one of many Ganesha chants. It's a nice short one. You can even just go gum. All right. If you really don't even want to do that, you can just do gum, 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 gum 109 times. All right. We won't be chanting it 109 today. We'll kind of pull it out a little bit. All right. So just kind of watch me. I'll chant it a couple times, then we'll all chant it together. All right. Om Shrim Gung. Om Shrim Gung. Here we go. Om Shrim Gung. Om Shrim Gung. Om Shrim Gung. One more time. Om Shrim Gung. Just close your eyes. Notice how the energy is flowing in the body. All right. And you can keep your eyes closed, but I want you to focus on your root chakra. If you like, pull in the root lock. We'll keep the same note. It's going to be Ah. So focus on the root chakra. Eyes can be closed. Ah. We'll do it 3 times each one. Do it again. One more time, root chakra. Right up to the navel chakra or the belly button chakra, and it's ooh. Ooh. Again, inhale. Ooh. Last time, inhale. Ooh. Up to the heart, please, and it's Ma. Ma. Inhale. Ma. Third time. Eyebrow, third eye, it's Om. Om. Again. Om. One more time. Om. a couple breaths. Notice how you're feeling on the inside. Breathe, nice big yoga rib cage breath. All right, again go to the root chakra. And 3 times na. Na. Again. Na. Once more. Navel chakra. This time it's ma. Navel chakra. The heart, she. Again, inhale. Once more, inhale. The throat, the mouth, va. Va. Again. Finally, the brain and the eyes at the eyebrow chakra there between the 2 eyebrows, middle of the forehead, and that's ya. Once more. Just relax and breathe. Kind of turning your focus inside. It will speak and chant. It doesn't really, you can speak these or chant these. You're going to get, I think, a little bit more out of it if you chant them, just because there's more energy going up into the brain there, into the 3rd eye. So first I'll just talk you through sa, ra, va, na, ba, va. And then we'll chant it. All right, so just listen to me talk you through it so you get used to it, and then we'll see if we can chant it some for you and you can join in. All right, sa, ra, va, na, ba, va. Sa, ra, va, na, ba, va. Sa, ra, ba, wa, va. Sa, ra, va, na, ba, wa. 2 more times. Sa, ra, va, na, ba, wa. Last time. Sa, ra, va, na, ba, wa. All right, Let's see if we can chant you for it just a little bit. Kind of get the lilt of it here. Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya. Anytime you want to join in. Saravana Bhavaya, 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 Saravana Bhavaya. Two more. Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya. All right, now I'll chant it for you. You close your eyes or keep your focus on that picture of that archetype Maruga. All right, so either kind of memorize it a little bit or just keep your eyes gently focused on it while I chant this to add to invoking this archetype or your own personal spiritual warrior energy in the body. All right, so there are different layers at which you can do this. You can talk it while looking at the picture or get it so burned in your brain you just call it forth from your memory file and you're just working with it. You can do anything you want to with this or you can just chant. All right, so either look at that picture of the archetype Maruga or kind of get it in your head or whatever you want to do here, and I'll keep chanting and see if you can kind of pull some of this energy forward. Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya. Join in any time. Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya. Two more. Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya. All right. So the nervous system's kind of tuned up. Again, morning's great, anytime's great time to chant. What I like to do actually is we listen to the classical station and I actually fit the words or the syllables of the mantra to whatever I'm listening to. So if it's the 1812 overture or something like that, da 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 da, Saravana Bhavaya, Saravana Bhavaya. So you can put it to anything that you're listening to. You don't necessarily have to have the classical chanting to it. You can sing it to anything, or if you do something repetitious, put on some music like an aerobics class. I'm always doing my mantra in aerobics class, little do they know, kind of thing there. All right, so any questions before we move on with that? So that's a spiritual sort of priming of the body to get you ready to begin to bring forth into your, material life, get that 100% going in your material life, because as you notice as we went through the different syllables, they really do relate to pretty material things, although when you put them all together and you chant them a certain way, you're working with the archetype, obviously you're invoking, you're setting into motion really powerful things there, an infinite field of possibility if you're into quantum mechanics type of thing going on. All right, next thing I want you to pull out, please, is the Unity Classic handout here. And if you've ever used affirmations and they drove you nuts, all right, this may help you out. You need to add 2 affirmations, something called a denial. And it doesn't mean that you're sitting there going around saying, my job is great, and of course there is no job and there is no great, all right? That's not really the way to use affirmations. You need to work in, most people need to work in something called a denial before, and then you can set your affirmation in place here. So we're going to look at this a little bit. All right. All right. So when you use the denial, all right, I think it's in the back here. Here we go. the second half of the handout here. All right, it says in denial. It looks like that. All right, and see if this resonates with any of you guys. I went to a workshop, got excited by a new concept. The excitement lasted for nearly a week, and then it was back to normal. What happened? I read a new book a year ago. I even incorporated some of its ideas, but I don't do them anymore. I don't know why. I just stopped. All right, many of us have made statements like those above. We're probably all been guilty of the flavor of the month phenomenon, the tendency to stop using ideas we've already learned and to move on to something newer and trendier. The old ideas seemed to be excellent, but somehow it just did not last. Why? Because we are trying to build a spiritual experience on top of a weak foundation. You have junk in your trunk that is not letting the affirmations do their work. So let's turn the page here. We learn a new idea, it sounds powerful, we try to assimilate it into our way of thinking and feeling, but then it stops working, or it seems to stop working. It stops because we are trying to place an excellent spiritual principle on top of our old beliefs. A new concept doesn't last because the old worldview is still there, bubbling up from below the surface. Old negative thoughts rise into our consciousness or subconscious, creating a tremendous barrier to becoming the new person we would like to become. So we discard the idea and look for a new one rather than deal with the underlying cause or the block. All right? And that brings us to the concept of denial. A denial is a statement designed to sweep away old limiting beliefs and prepare room for affirmations and new ways of thinking. H. Emily Cady, the author of Lessons in Truth, says a denial, quote, denies the reality and power of apparent evil. All right, and you do have this article here. All right, you have one of our articles here. All right, denials have an erasive or dissolving tendency. She says they cleanse the mind. Denials remind us of an essential truth that a limitation only has power over us when we choose to let it, whether consciously or unconsciously. All right, and about 75% of what you are, have already, the junk you're allowing in your life is something you have absorbed subconsciously, and that will start to take care of that. When we use a denial, we negate the influence of confining beliefs we have allowed ourselves to have. If we do not address the power of the limiting belief and only focus on a new metaphysical idea, then the new idea will not take root in us. All right? The limiting belief will sabotage any useful idea that we want to adopt. It is important to remember that a denial is not used to deny the existence of problems and challenges in our lives. We do not pretend a problem does not exist. In fact, just the opposite. A denial recognizes the appearance of a problem situation, but denies that the appearance of the problem can have any power over us. There's a big difference. By denying that the appearance of a problem has any power over us, we are then free to focus on a deeper truth that there is a divine perfection within all of us waiting to be acknowledged and released. For example, if we do not have a job, the appearance of lack can wield a great force over us. The fear of a lack of money can cause us to panic and to take actions that are not in our own best interest. A denial will not suggest that we have a job when we do not have one. Rather, it's going to deny the power of the appearance of a lack of money over our thinking and our actions. We'll call that kind of thing. I can't tell you how many jobs I took because I needed the money. Never again. Never again. It wasn't worth it. Denials are designed to be used with affirmations. A denial sets the stage then for the use of an affirmation. Consider this scenario in which a college student worried about an upcoming exam is using an affirmation alone, and then look what it's like with the denial. So here's affirmation alone. All right, I know this information in this exam extremely well. I have already passed this test successfully. This is a good affirmation for college students who have been worrying and studying about an exam in which they know the information well. The challenge is that, while it's good, it may be sitting atop a belief somewhere in the lack of ability to pass any exam. God knows where it came from, but it may be there. It is more powerful if one uses the denial first and then pairs it with an affirmation. All right, denial, then affirmation. I deny that worry over taking a test has any power over my ability to study, retain information, or successfully perform on a test. Now comes the affirmation. I know this information in this exam extremely well. I have already passed this exam successfully. This use of a denial and an affirmation together is important. You eliminate the belief in lack first, and then when you use the affirmation, it's a powerhouse of positive thought that changes your world. These denial affirmation pairs are critical. We deny that the illusion of lack can influence us, and then we affirm that the universe is abundant. We deny the power of an illness and then affirm perfect health. This takes some getting used to. You have to keep repeating it. And if you've opened up the nervous system with these chants, it's going to be that much more receptive to it on both levels of denial and affirmation. We deny the power of any undesirable condition to outmuscle the truth of our divine being. All right? And then with an affirmation, a statement of absolute truth, we activate the truth within our consciousness, and then it's got a free shot or open shot at it. A denial has some identical pieces. All right? The denial, the perceived condition, and its lack of ability to affect you, and here are some examples. I deny the lack of a job to have any power over my belief in abundance. I deny this perceived illness to have any power over my belief in perfect health. I deny this momentary feeling of spiritual emptiness to have any power over my belief in my spiritual perfection. All right? Denials are powerful tools to shape our lives. Use them. Speak them aloud and clear the way for new spiritual ideas to take hold and advance your spiritual journey. So we're going to work with this in just a moment. All right? So you can do this after you've tuned up the nervous system. All right? Now I want you to look at your other handout here. It's got the sort of the picture of the lady on the front there. And this is a little nice energy medicine technique. We won't go through the handout. I'll show it to you real quick. It's not that difficult to pick up. But it's called the 3 taps. It's called the occipital tapping. All right? Occipital tapping. So if you'll look at me, this is you're going to be tapping. I know your occipital thing is back here, but you're going to be tapping here. All right? Or here. All right. So this side of the head there, you will be speaking it in a positive way. You know, everything is coming together for my success. If you're tapping on this side, nothing stands in the way of my success. All right? So get your hand out here. It's just enough so you can feel it. And just go back and forth on that little bony thing there. And try it on the other side. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's try it a couple times here. Doody-doody-doo. And the other side. All right. So let's try some affirmations, just real quick ones on both sides here. All right. We'll open it right up here. See what we've got. All right. I'll just say it and you tap. Start on the right side. This is the one that's framed positively. So get your hand up on the right side. I am happy and complete today and forever. And you can join in any time. I am happy and complete today and forever. 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 Now let's try the other side. We're going to frame it in a negative way here. I cannot be sad or sorry or worried. 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 One more. I cannot be sad or sorry or worried. All right, let's find another pair here. All right. I am completely harmonious, the right side. I am completely harmonious. I am completely harmonious. I am completely harmonious. I am completely harmonious. Two more times. I am completely harmonious. I am completely harmonious. All right. There was never any loss or confusion. 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 Two more. There was never any loss or confusion. One last one. There was never any loss or confusion. All right, now that's just to give you an idea of how to word these things, and it does go into it in the handout. All right, but you're dealing with the different halves of the brain that process English or language differently. All right, so that's the occipital tap there, and what that's doing is, if you studied any energy medicine at all, you're releasing energy blockages. All right, through the tapping, the physical tapping on certain parts of the body there. All right, it's like sort of a little bit of a spiritual massage type of thing there. So you can use these with, all right, the denials. Now you got to look at the wording of the denial. If you're using a denial in an affirmative way, that's going to go on the right side. I deny that any appearance of lack or limitation has any influence over my belief in abundance. That would go on the right side, okay? If I'm saying that nothing can, disturb my peace of mind about my sense of abundance, all right? It'll have a no in it or a never, all right? Either way will work, all right? But the denial, if it's phrased the way that she's got it in there, will go on the right side of the head. I deny that any appearance of lack or limitation in my life has any influence whatsoever on my belief in my abundance or my good health or perfect health. All right, so you're getting through layers and layers and years of conditioning that isn't buying any of this. It bypasses that. All right, and you're doing a nice, fairly simple technique just for the hell of it. All right, just to see if it's going to work, be scientific about it. And what you're probably going to notice if I would do these a couple minutes a day if there's something specific you're trying to dislodge in your subconscious, and just go on your merry way. All right, you've said yes to life or to spirit in a big way there, and that's the end of it. All right, you're owning your own ability to live, again, a beautiful spiritual life that, again, is not in terrified subjugation or submission to a terrified ego. You bypass the terrified ego when you use these techniques, whether it's the chanting, whether it's the tapping, or whether you start to learn some of these affirmations, all right? So let's go back to the front part of the handout here, and let's look at these 4 affirmations that you need to learn now. And we're going to look at the second page, and again, we'll go over this. And you can tap with these or not. All right, it's the block of the 4 black little thingies here. And let's look at these real quick, and then we'll work with them. Looks like that. Looks like that. All right, so you're dealing with energy medicine here. You're dealing with getting rid of the subconscious junk, so that when you do use your affirmations, they'll have a clear shot into the subconscious. You're dealing with a universal force field that it really is done to you as you believe. All right, so you better be believing good stuff once you've cleared the decks here. The first one, I don't care what word you use here. If the G word is, you have a problem with that, you can use the divine, the cosmic, spirit. It doesn't matter. All right, but let's just look at it the way it's worded here, and you can make of it whatever you want to. God is life, love, intelligence, substance, omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. That's the first one that you would learn. All right. Second one. I'm a child or manifestation of God, and every moment his light, life, love, wisdom, power flow into and through me. I am one with God and am governed by his law. The next one. I am spirit, perfect, holy, harmonious. Nothing can hurt me or make me sick or afraid, for spirit is God, and God cannot be sick or hurt or afraid. I manifest my real self through this body now. And the last one. God works in me to will and to do whatever he wishes me to do, and he cannot fail, or you can put in there, he is always triumphant. That's up to you, the way you want to word it. You can take out the he. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you're comfortable with, she, he, it. Suit yourself. All right? Now let's look at some of these things in a little more detail here. The first one. God is life, love, intelligence, substance, omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. As you repeat this affirmation, please remember that every particle of life, love, intelligence, power, all right, or of real substance in the universe is simply a certain degree, or so to speak, a quantity of God made manifest or visible through a form. Try to think what it means when you say that God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. If God is omnipresence, all presence, and all good, where is the evil? If he is omnipotence, all power, what other power can there be working in the universe? And since God is omnipotence and omnipresence, put aside forever your traditional teaching of an adverse power, evil, or devil that may at any moment thwart the plans of God and bring you harm. That might be new to you. Do not disturb yourself or stay calm about the appearance of quote-unquote evil all around you, but in the very presence of what seems evil, stand true and unwavering in affirming that God, the good, is omnipresence, and by doing so, you see the seeming evil melt away in the darkness as in the light before the dawn, or as the dew before the morning sun, and the good comes to take its place. Second, I am a child or manifestation of God, and every moment his life, light, love, wisdom, power flow into and through me. I am one with God, and am governed by his law. Remember while repeating this affirmation that nothing, no circumstance, no person or set of persons can by any possibility interpose between you and the source of your life, wisdom, or power. In the Christian tradition, it is all hidden with Christ, the innermost Christ or spirit of your being in God. Nothing but your own ignorance of how to receive or your willfulness can hinder your having unlimited supply. It's a matter of technique. I'd hate to go through the end of my life and figure out it was just a matter of some technique that I just wouldn't bother to learn or do in my life that would have changed everything. I really don't want to go there. I'd rather learn it now. No matter how sick or weak or inefficient you seem to be, take your eyes and thoughts right off the seeming and turn them within to the central fountain there and say calmly, quietly, but with steadfast assurance, this appearance of weakness is false. God, manifest as life, wisdom, and power, is now flowing into my entire being and out through me to the external. You soon see a marvelous change wrought in yourself by the realization that this spoken word brings to you. You do not change God's attitude towards you one iota by either importuning or affirming. You only change your attitude towards the cosmic, and by thus affirming, you put yourself in harmony with divine law, which is always working towards your highest good and never, ever towards your harm or punishment. That's a monkey mind fallacy. Third, I am spirit, perfect, holy, harmonious. Nothing can hurt me or make me sick or afraid, for spirit is God, and God cannot be sick or hurt or afraid. I manifest my real self through this body now. That's pretty self-explanatory. Fourth, God works in me to will and to do whatever he wishes me to do, and he cannot fail. Our affirming his mind working both to will and to do makes us will only the good, and he, the very Father principle in us, does the work, and hence there can be no failure. We're dealing with an archetype here of the male creative force. If you want to put Mother, Father, God in there, or Holy Mother, or the Divine Mother, it doesn't matter. All right, this is an art. This is just a template for you to word what you're going to use here. You can change it if you want. Whatever we fully commit to the Father or the divine to do and affirm is done, we are going to see accomplished. So you had better be ready. All right. So here are the 4 affirmations. All right. God is life, love, intelligence, substance, omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. I am a child or manifestation of God, and every moment His life, light, love, wisdom, power flow into and through me. I am one with God and am governed by His law. I am spirit, perfect, holy, harmonious. Nothing can hurt me or make me sick or afraid, for spirit is God, and God cannot be sick or hurt or afraid. I manifest my real self with a capital S through this body now, and God works in me to will and to do whatever He wishes me to do, and He cannot fail or He is ever triumphant. Commit these affirmations to memory so you can repeat them in the silence of your own mind in any place at any time. Strangely must they act to deliver you out of the greatest external distresses, places where no human help avails. It is though the moment you assert emphatically your oneness with God, the Father, or the cosmic, or the divine, or whatever, all right, that's your higher power, there is instantly set into motion all the power of omnipotent love to rush to your rescue. And when it is undertaken to work for you, you can cease from external ways and means and boldly claim it is done. I have the desires of my heart. All right? So if you want to work with this material, these affirmations may not be like any affirmations you ever worked with. All right? They really do go beyond your conscious mind, and they are affirming a very great truth about you. So if you use maybe some denials beforehand, I deny that any appearance of lack or any momentary spiritual emptiness has any effect on me. And then these 4 affirmations, as I said, I just give you this information, and it's up to you to see how it's going to work in your life. But if you have been working with affirmations up till now and you weren't getting anywhere with them, you may be a little bit, more inclined to try the denial than the affirmation. I had never read this information before anywhere. All right? I've been doing this stuff for 30 years, and I never saw this before. I've been working with the denials. They work great. I can't believe the difference already. So it's a little bit of how you word it. You can do the tapping. You can chant to get the body tuned up so it will already be kind of the receptive part of you. We'll get that Lord Muruga out there with his veil to cut through the negativity, use some denials. There are all different ways that you can put this together in your life. Feel free to be very, very creative about it. All right, so let's review just real quick what we've done. All right, we started out with the chanting. We did some kind of a Ganesha chant. Again, you can just, if you want to write here, gum works. If you don't remember, you can remember gum, and you can use gum anytime. You don't necessarily have to chant 109. It won't take you long, if you have a mala, to go around and do gum, gum, gum. That won't take you long at all. All right, and then you'll do this one first. Ah, oo, ma, om. 3 times is fine. Chant it, say it, think it. Again, I would close my eyes, get into the sense of the energy in the body there so you really can feel, where the chant is affecting you energetically. And then you're going to do your Namah Shivaya, tuning up the nervous system. Another technique that you might want to use here once you've got the nervous system tuned up and you really want to get into that spiritual warrior archetype is you can close your eyes, envision your spine and your head together, and imagine that the spinal cord is the shaft of the spear and the head of the spear is your head. If that helps, if that gets your imagination working, you can, and then merge with that. So you'll literally, you'll feel that spiritual warrior archetype symbolized in the veil there, ready and waiting to cut through the negativity. Then do some denials and affirmations. All right, or memorize them or carry them around on a card in your purse. And whenever you're feeling threatened or you're feeling frustrated, whip them out. You got nothing to lose by even just reading them over. The more you work with this material, the more you're going to dismantle the stuff that's blocking you, and you're planting in things that are going to be affecting your focus in a positive way. And then if you want to add in whatever you're visualizing to have happen, money or whatever you're looking for materially, at that point you can use your visualization skills to see if you can get as clear a picture as you can of that. And then being the divine spirit that you are, once you kind of set it in your mind for the day, you just kind of push the message send button in your brain, and it's done. It's gone. It's into the subconscious in a way that it's on your way back to you. All right? Don't get balled up in the concept of time. Oh my gosh, tomorrow I have to have $300 for my car payment. All right? You're not going to get anything if you're in what I would call, a clutch situation. You're blocking the flow of energy. Go to the affirmations, all right? You don't sit there and tap, I have $300 in my hand right now to go pay my car payment, okay? It's not going to defy natural law, but you can sit there and tap in, I refuse or I deny that the appearance of lack or limitation in my life has any influence on my belief in abundance in the universe, all right? If you're working with abundance issues, a great affirmation is, may I realize my abundance more magnificently. May I realize my abundance more magnificently in my life. May I realize my abundance more magnificently in my life. You're working with abundance issues. All right, so you would do the denial first. I deny that any seeming lack of or limitation has any influence on my belief in my abundance in my life, or realizing my abundance in my life more magnificently. You can add in, beautiful health or a loving relationship, whatever you want to do there. All right. If you're tapping it, may I realize my abundance in my life more magnificently. That kind of thing there. Or you're going to do it in the negative wording there. Nothing stands in the way of me realizing my abundance more magnificently in my life. And you're looking at the tapping at the beginning of any new thing you're trying to clear, a couple minutes a day and during the day to reinforce it. If you want to set your watch every hour, just to kind of tap it through until you're kind of, work through the blockages there. All right. Any questions from anybody? All right. So this is a lot of material. You can be very creative with this. Remember that these spiritual techniques there's a science behind them, and so feel free to experiment and own them. All right. You're taking yourself from the level of belief to knowing. It's one thing to believe this stuff that I give you in these workshops. It's another thing to know it. All right? So if you thought believing was enough, if you can, please tap it out or something, but start to think outside the box. You're going from believing to knowing. You're making it your own. You're owning it. You know this stuff works. You've used it. It's expanding your life in all directions. All right? But it's like a spiritual muscle that you're strengthening, learning to use, baby steps first. And as you get a little bit of confidence there, you try it on a little bit bigger scale. You start to maybe use it here, or you think of something that's been driving you crazy here. Well, I got nothing to lose. I'll see what I can do in that direction there. But be prepared to be, amazed. All right? You're never going to be the same again. So if you're looking to have your life the same but different, forget it, okay? You're going to be leaving a very cherished part of you behind that as you look behind and you leave it behind, it wasn't so cherished. It was just junk that you'd gotten used to. So there may be a bit of a wrench as you start to use these techniques, but you got to get the old stuff cleared out so that you can make way for the new, bright, wonderful stuff that really reflects who you are on the inside, and that's an infinite being. All right? Okay, so that's at least a start on your 100% living, 100% spiritual, 100% material. They're going to combine, obviously. As you get more confidence on the material level, that's going to expand your spiritual practice all over the place there. Wow, this stuff really works. Well, what else did I want to take care of here? And then as you get your spiritual practice expands and you get more comfortable, as we were talking about yesterday, the Deepak Chopra quote there, you start doing more and more with less and less effort. It's phenomenal. All right? You can even look at real big life crises as some of the best things that ever happened to you in your life. All right? I started this yoga center many years ago because, I wanted to take my life in a new direction, and that's what happened. Thank you for coming. All right? And namaste.